Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday live stream. We're doing awesome stuff today called there's a bunch of things that happened like 20 minutes ago. News, arrivals, shipping stuff. Anyways, welcome to the live stream. Also joining me as... Yes. The stream's not picking you up. Son of a gun.
Yeah, I'm listening to the stream. It's not picking us up.
All right.
No?
Now are you guys picking up?
Hello.
Oh, now we're coming true.
Okay. Now I can't hear the rest of the call, but I might be able. I love when technology. I've been ready for so long. All right, let's see. Are you guys popping up on the stream now? Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, everybody coming through now. All right. So, anyways, now that you can hear them, Dark Claw 643. Chat, can you hear? Oh, God, now you guys aren't coming through. Test one. I should. Oh, God, it did.
OBS needs to be a multi-output device.
That works.
Hey, chat, can you hear
and then your
us?
actual sound needs to also be multi.
Test. Can you get? Now
All right,
I
we're
can't
coming
hear you
true. I can
guys.
hear ourselves in the
So
in
I
the stream.
can't. So, oh God.
Uh-oh.
All right, you guys talk and see if the stream.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
How are
Hi,
you
Dr.
doing?
Nick.
Because now I got a problem is I can't hear them.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
You guys can hear them, but it's not coming through my speaker. I'm gonna have to go into settings.
Santa's deaf right now.
Anyways, everyone, bear with me. We'll be talking soon on the actual stuff. For some reason, Black Hole is messing around with me. All right, everyone.
Yeah, I think.
I can see them talking, and it's going through OBS. I can't hear them through my headset.
This is why we should probably switch to Discord eventually.
Now I have to figure out this on the fly.
You also can pick up Discord the same way you're picking up Skype. Actually, I tested it.
Really?
Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you can do Skype, you can do Discord now.
Everything should be Hold on. All right.
Technical difficulties, everyone.
This is the fun part. Is I was like, everything's all good to go today, and then now I can't hear them, and I don't know why I can't hear them.
I don't know either.
So you get. This is a problem.
You gotta love it.
Because I have it all set to correct, but now is my headset even on?
Is it?
All right.
I guess we should keep talking in case
my headset's working. I just can't hear the guys in the Skype.
Cool.
I can only hear them through the stream. So I'm gonna switch to intermission. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
That's what I thought.
All right, we're back.
You're welcome.
Thank you to
I'm telling the
Kaus.
chat.
Kaus is the black hole tech expert guy.
Yeah, everything's working out fine. I can hear both me and Kaus on the stream.
All right, good. Reason why that wasn't working is for some reason my audio settings on my computer decided to detach my headset.
Yep. I had a feeling. That's why I was like, "Yo, check that."
We're all good to go now. Anyways, welcome to the chat. All right, we should start naming names of who's in the chat to start because we got.
All right, welcome, Kamen Jojen, Muteki T, Brian Panegu, Collector Kane, Hi Metal, Kaz 1979, Psycho O's, Orville Conception Reviews, Spin Dash 54, SA4 Jason, Peacemaker 2448, LPH, and Sig.
All right, cool. Welcome everybody. Sorry for the weird delayed start. Technology will always be in our way. First things first, because I saw somebody mention it in the chat. Last week's videos, we had the underperforming Mandora the Evil Chaser video, and guess what's happening now, guys?
To be fair, she is a obscure character from the 80s series. So.
Very obscure. Guess what's happening now?
Oh no!
I'm getting just a frozen window capture as opposed to the usable window. There we go.
Okay.
All right, we're back on track. Why is everything going wrong today?
Seeing you,
everything's tearing apart.
Everything's falling apart before our eyes. All right.
Me and you have degrees in this stuff. It still baffles us.
Yes.
You know, Sam, we joke about our plans for the Legacy. We talk about our plans for the Legacy rundown intro skit, and like it's already happening. The universe is ripping apart already.
Universe is ripping apart. Hey, Zeltrax, welcome to the chat. Yeah, if anyone wants to leave phonetic pronunciations of their usernames in the chat, that always helps us because we mostly just have to take guesses. So.
Like our English is the worst language ever.
Yep. So on that note, Super 7 Ultimate's Mandora's review is here in case you want to see a cool figure with a really expensive bike. But most importantly, we're at 2.5k views on the Lightning Collection rundown, which I'm assuming almost everybody here has seen based on how high that view count is. That view count can also be contributed to Toku Topics. Good old Josh brought up and mentioned the video in his video on his Lightning Storm last Saturday, and I really appreciated him giving credit to us, both me for the video as well as Ryan for the awesome Lightning Collection.
Yeah, Josh is somehow seeing this. Thanks so much for shouting out my artwork. But I came up with the idea for it, and I'm glad it made everyone who's seen it laugh or enjoy, because the goal was, as Josh said in the video, just to represent the whole year of Lightning Collection last year. It's so great. I got that done in one day, believe it or not. I was exhausted and like drained, but I got it done in one day.
Got it done in one day. Also, what took a little bit of the workload off of, because Zeltrax mentioned it in the chat, and I was going to mention this. So when I went to make the individual title cards for the figures I didn't own, let's see if I can find one.
Shout out for Splash Jack. Time for its blue remind you of the incredible crash dummy. Crash dummy. That was the idea. That was the idea. When I was coming up with the thumbnail.
So usually when I do these title cards to like represent figures I have or figures I don't have, it takes me like hours of work because I have to keep cutting out around these. So anyways, Zeltrax had done.
Stay tuned for the Transformers slides. I put too much effort in those, and I want to die making all those.
So anyways, Zeltrax had already cut out all the figures I was missing for the title cards. So thank you to him, because that saved me a good couple hours at least, several hours actually.
It's taking me like 3 days to make these Legacy slides. There's too many toys.
Oh god, we still got to make the Transformers Legacy video. And so I was wondering, the Transformers one is not coming this Friday. It's going to be next Friday, the 10th of February, because we need like 2 weeks to work on it. Because regardless of like the number of figures compared to like Marvel, it's less. But like Marvel, I was just putting up one time or another time. The Transformers, no matter what we do, because we're doing a whole collab thing, but like the bulk of the work still requires transformation, which just takes forever. So we're doing it
You
over
have to
2
cover the
weeks.
vehicle mode.
Yep.
Psychos, why does the Lunar Wolf have 7 stripes? Because that's the I kind of, for one, I forgot it had 5 stripes, and not 7. I kind of forgot that it was 5 and not 6. But I just thought, why not? It's just a QC error, just for the
good luck. There you go.
Yeah. And Psychos, the collab. That's me. I'm collabing with Santa for the review.
Yep.
Full on like. I'm gonna do. I spend a lot of money on equipment, like this new microphone you might be listening to me right now.
That's why he's coming in way stronger than Kaus is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
probably need to boost Kaus.
Yeah.
How do we boost Kaus's audio? Let's find out.
I can boost. I lowered my audio.
Yeah, you could boost yours up because Ryan's new mic is causing it to. I think it's overpowering yours.
Is this too much?
Oh no, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Sig, I know where the wolf was 6 stripe, but the gag is his stripes are wrong.
Yeah.
Like the figure.
And so to add to that with the Transformers, because I have a bunch, Ryan's got a bunch that I don't have, and so that'll make it easier. And yeah, that's that. Yeah, so that was the great thumbnail. That really summed up the video well. So anyways, thank you to everyone that's been watching it. There's comments that people commented that I haven't replied to yet. I just need to like sit there. When these videos pop off like this and I get so many comments, I want to like sit and see if I need to respond to them. So I will get to them if I haven't. I went through like 7 different Instagram DMs today that Instagram forgot to tell me about. So social media, guys, it's hard to keep up with it, but it's up for it. So should we get to some news that's kind of rapid fire? I think that doesn't really need too much discussion.
Yep.
All right, first things first.
Road. That was great.
Oh yeah. Blue Baron said Prayer Circle for Kamen Rider Black RX and Saban's Mask Rider for the Discotheque Dream. We'll talk about one of those in a minute. Anyways, Kamen Jojo did mention why did you stop doing the Masterverse rundown? Simply because the last year's video had like low interest compared to the other rundowns, and I was trying to see like in general like Masterverse, because I still really love the line and I've been keeping up with it sort of infrequently but still buying it. I really like them, but the majority of the He-Man fandom doesn't seem too interested. I was looking at Pixel Dan's reviews, and his Masterverse videos perform like not great compared to his like origin stuff, so I think that's just like a general like lower interest in it. And so what I don't want to do is like go through the whole rundown production process and put out the video and then it just kind of completely flop because
there's is a good toy line, but like it's just sadly there is a disinterest because its shell forms horribly.
Yeah, I think like, I mean, every He-Man product sells bad in the stores around here. Like, you know, there's rumors that Target's discontinuing both lines, and I wouldn't be surprised. But the Masterverse line online doesn't sell well either. I think it's still such a great line, but He-Man fans are too stuck in their ways with they have to be super bulky and limited articulation, and not like embrace the fact that we could have higher articulation range in different art styles.
Yeah, I think I feel like that is sadly the problem, because I think the problem with just Masters in general is it feels like as much as the series does want to evolve, and it does clearly with Revelations and the CG cartoon, I think are great. But I feel like Master fans are just want to stay in their bubble and not kind of branch out.
Remember that the 2002 series also failed because Masters fans were like, they're different. We can't handle this, and that fandom is part of the problem why that franchise can never move forward.
It's honestly surprising how well it's like. I think classifies the big example of shockingly does super well.
Yep.
Because you think it'll have the same problem as Masterverse, but strangely doesn't.
G.I. Joe fans were like, I think there was a lot of 3 3/4 inch fans that were like, oh, that sucks. It's in 6 inch because I've been collecting 3 3/4. But then a bunch of people came in that never collected G.I. Joe before, and they're really good, so
I think that's
it worked out.
I think that's it. I feel like with
Yeah.
GI Joe, it's like, well, like those fans, you just stick with that scale. They at least are sort of making these. I mean, the Sky, like you got the Sky Striker today. You could,
Yeah.
but also like
Yeah,
you can get a lot. Of
We'll
newer
talk about
fans.
the Haslab that's like slightly chilling in the back here in a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, I ask, are you taller than Stallone?
Yes, I have physical proof of me being taller than Stallone because I worked on a movie set that he was on, and I have a picture with him, and I am taller. And if we get through our topics, I'll show the picture later because I had to go dig for it. But I have met Sylvester Stallone, and I am taller than him, and I can take that credit and the physical proof that comes with it. So that's me bragging now.
That's the big question. The one day we need to take that one photo, all four of us, me, you, Wheels, and Metal, and just to see who is going to be the tallest between all four of us.
That's honestly a good question. And the movie was Creed 2. They did some filming outside of Philadelphia because they needed desert stuff, and I ended up on the crew for that. I worked 5 days, and it was intense. 100
And
plus
you were
degree weather.
uncredited.
Sure was.
Yeah.
I saw the picture of you.
Yeah.
And you're uncredited.
Oh yeah, and I went completely uncredited because I didn't file the paperwork in time.
Oh, it sucks.
So yeah, that's one of the worst
But you have,
things.
but you have photographic proof.
I do have
proof that you
photographic
work on the
proof I
movie.
was there.
You do, yeah.
Okay.
It's not the my uncle works in Nintendo story.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find it right now because I think I can. Oh, I have to turn my Wi-Fi on so I can use AirDrop.
AirDrop. That's something I need to actually use.
Okay, good. It didn't kill the stream. This is back in 2018. How far back do I have to go through my favorite photos? I should just have its own folder that's just marked Stallone.
Stallone. Not Creed 2. Not Creed 2.
Not Creed
Stallone.
2. And then I'm like, here we go. Has you got any random questions in the Muteki T mentioned the Super 7 Ultimates Mo's missing his apron. And
by the way, yes.
Yeah.
Soundout is
So
taller.
so it's not like so it's from a bad batch,
boy.
not so it.
It wasn't a
Mo
licensing
missing apron,
thing. Basically, like one of the Simpsons figures, Mo, the bartender, he should have an apron. He was supposed to include it, and something happened, and so several of them didn't have it, and Super 7's replacing all of them. So,
that's good at least.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows how good Super 7 is at customer service and all their stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing I do appreciate about them is the fact they'll do that. All right, here's my picture with Stallone, which you'll just have to watch me pan up and down. Let's see, can I zoom out? There you go.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one.
There it is. That's the photo.
You look like you came out of the Terminator movie, like a Terminator movie.
This was on hour 15 of work that day. It had been blowing wind with dust and dirt, and it was like it was 160 degrees all frickin' day. So there it is. Me and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, this looks like
he was taking photos with all the crew because he was like, until they shut the lights off, I'll take photos with everybody. And I was working lighting, so I knew I had time.
You look like you're from an ultra dark future. You say surviving the robo-apocalypse.
Yeah, basically.
Because with all the dirt, I think don't you have like a scruffy beard in this photo? It's hard to tell.
No, that's just the
No, it's
dirt.
clean shaven.
Yeah, I'm clean shaven, but it's
okay.
just the dirt. Because the thing was that you put sunscreen on, and then the dirt would blow in, and then the dirt would cover sunscreen, and then it was like, all right, just call me Gara. I'm wearing a sand shield. Yeah. So.
It's LPX Soundout action star.
I mean, this is the most like physically fit I've ever been. This is the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of my fitness. Because yeah, every cable was like 100 pounds plus. All right, cool. Enough of the past history. Let's talk about Sentai DVD news. Because if I remember how to do my program correctly, I'll switch back to Google Chrome. Okay, so everybody who's been wondering, when is 5-Man going to be available from somewhere else? It is now available for order on Amazon. So, anyways, if you go to Amazon, it's up for $64.98. Please don't actually pay that. That should go down before release because that is a list price. It should be much cheaper upon actual release. If it doesn't go cheaper, this is not worth $64.98 at all. But if you are waiting to get this, it does seem like we're finally getting a release April 18th. So for those keeping score at home, September 15th, I think, 2022 was when the Shout Factory release happened, and April 18th is the general retail release version. So, true to their word, it was months before, pretty much nearly a year. So, if everyone's looking for 5-Man, it's the same exact DVD set. I have no idea why the product image shows a black case and not the clear case that we're used to. If it ships with the black case to be different, I will scream.
Wasn't the Deca Ranger photos black case?
Yep,
also?
And we haven't seen the physical product for Deca Ranger to know if they're suddenly switching to black cases. It would be appropriate. It would be appropriate that I compliment them on the consistency of packaging, and then they screw it up as soon as I do that. But what's funny is it's listed as genre horror, which I agree. 5-Man is a bit of a horror series. It's a nightmare.
Shouldn't they put that under O Ranger?
Probably. But anyways, so for all you wondering, where can I buy O Ranger? Or 5-Man? I don't know why I said O Ranger. 5-Man, there you go. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it.
Well, Splash said Alberta had the black case in their website image too.
Okay, yeah. So it's just, I think that's probably because rendering a plastic case or taking a photo of a plastic case would be really bad. But yeah,
welcome to the chat,
there you go.
Skyrocker, by the way.
Oh yes. Anytime someone pops into the chat for the first time, I'll try to shout you out. If we miss shouting you out, and you like pop into the chat, just like yell at us in the chat and be like, "Hey, you didn't say me." And if we didn't, we'll say it. So, anyways,
welcome to chat. The True Hellfire Gaming.
Yeah. And Hellfire mentioned the Gundam Blu-ray cases being consistent is no longer a thing because they reuse the same art for Seed Destiny from the Collector's Edition.
Wasn't Re-Rise also a little bit different?
Re-Rise is a little bit different, but the Collector's Editions for Seed and Seed Destiny had no artwork on the spine. It's just the logo. And they look nice, but they don't have the Gundam picture. But then they changed it for Seed for the retail release, but then they didn't change it for Destiny.
Speaking of Gundam, I think Crunchyroll just released...
Oh, hello, Smith the Crow. Welcome to the chat.
Smith the Crow. Also, speaking of Gundam, I think Crunchyroll just released the prologue, the dub, English dub for Gundam Witch and Mercury. I think just the prologue, though.
Yep, they put out the prologue. There was zero announcement of a dub. We never even knew it was officially coming.
It was the same thing with Re-Rise. They just shadow dropped it.
Yep, it just appears out of nowhere. But
which is weird because usually Crunchyroll will do like at least a here's the cast of here's the English dub cast and all that stuff articles.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not for Gundam.
It's almost like they don't care about it, even though it's a big franchise.
Yep, it's really especially lately. Like ever since news for Gundam stuff has been completely like non-existent.
Which is frustrating because I want to know who's in the cast because I'm pretty sure if this is you might
because there's no dub credits, so we don't know who's anybody is.
Because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna guess it's probably either AVV Post or Bang Zoom.
Yeah,
probably recording this, not like the Crunchyroll Dallas studio. Because
speaking of things owned by Crunchyroll, over on Right Stuff, if y'all are looking for the Blu-ray of Kamen Rider Black, or if you're waiting to hear my review will be out Wednesday. But Kamen Rider Black is now in stock via Right Stuff. Yes, it was supposed to be out February 28th. And then Kamen Rider Ryuki, which was supposed to be out February 14th, is also in stock. And I just got my shipping notice for that from Shout Factory. So that's on its way too. So if you're Kamen Rider folks, Black is out. Now, the Black Blu-ray does feature the promo for Kamen Rider Black RX. And Discotheque, that's my next slide. Discotheque has a live stream happening tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern / 6 p.m. Pacific. If they announce Black RX, I will scream on Twitter, and you will all.
I mean, yeah, I wondered that was probably time. Also, Blue Baron, just want to say, the Gundam Witch still has a lot of Texas voice actor. Just because it has a lot of Texas voice actor doesn't fully mean it's gonna be all like Dallas Crunchyroll dub. Because, for example, Fire Engage just came out and that has a lot of Dallas Texas voice actors in that, and that's So it doesn't mean just because you hear Texas actors, doesn't mean it's gonna be automatically it's required Crunchyroll. For example, so it could be a chance that it's probably probably gonna have both mixture of LA and Texas actors.
Brian mentioned I don't understand the Right Stuff purchase to be like Disney buying Walmart. Yeah, Crunchyroll already has a store. I don't know why they needed to buy another one. I think Sony's like legitimately. Sony currently owns Funimation, Crunchyroll, Right Stuff,
monopoly,
and Nozomi Entertainment. What is not owned by Sony currently in the anime market? Viz, Sentai Filmworks / Section 23, and Discotheque. Because last I checked, nobody. I mean, and Shout Factory because they do stuff under G Kids.
And some independent, here and there, and all that stuff.
So, video-wise, Black's going to get reviewed Wednesday. If you guys have any specific questions about this, throw it in the chat. I haven't shot the video yet. And then going alongside that, as I'm forgetting to switch to my camera, Ultraman Max arrived about 20 minutes before the stream started. So
does Sony own Aniplex?
No, Aniplex owns themselves.
And I think Media Blasters are still independent.
Yeah, Media Blasters still independent, but their anime releases currently are just, I think they're just adult content right now. So because of that, so the thing is that they're categorized differently than like normal anime. But Sentai Filmworks is like, yo, we got High Dive and we're gonna try it. I'm gonna open Max right now, so you guys can know.
Let's hope this just like pop out.
That's exactly why I'm doing it on camera, because if I need to file a claim. But anyways, Max's video will be Friday, and we'll be talking about Ultraman in general, like what Mill Creek hasn't released, and the likelihood of those releases. So I have a whole guide about that I've written up. Yeah, this one looks like it's packed like
any cracks in the case?
Gaia. No, case is fine. Discs are secure. These are really the thin spindles though, so I'm kind of concerned.
Miteki T, I had the Memorial Gokai Sailor. Is it worth getting the 2Kai until my Gokai Memorial always says those team names?
I don't know, because that thing, that's kind of like, it's like a weird device because you don't technically need it for sounds. It's just mostly for looks, I think. And if you want the keys it comes with, I think the keys are probably a bigger draw than the unit at this point. But yeah, luckily my Max case is good, but I'm going to be careful with it because it's like Gaia's case where it's got the really thin spindles on it. But we will do Max and Kids and talk about Ultraman on Friday's video, Black on Wednesday. I also, because I want to see what happens at Discotheque tonight before I film that.
Just see for Jason, we need Memorial Quasar Saber, or what did it just call, like Ginga Swords or whatever it was?
I wanted to say they were Ginga Ken, yeah. Let's see, if I just search Ginga Ken, am I going to get a picture of... Let's just see what shows up. Oh! Wow, if I search Ginga Ken, I find out about Ginga Densetsu Weed.
Smith the Crows, that's one of our topics. We're going to discuss that in a bit. Miteki T, you think Blu-ray cases are cheap as they got broken easily? I mean, some of my Blu-ray cases have broken like out of the shipping box, but I'm not sure that's Amazon fault or not.
Yeah. Okay, it's Seiju Ken. That's the sword name.
Welcome to the chat, Mass Effect fan 2007.
Sly Rocker, yeah. Taiga is the only series we don't have official subs for right now. Of the main TV shows, not including Ultra Q. Yeah. Seiju Ken or Star Beast Sword. I would love them to make a memorial of that because Hasbro keeps letting me down with these things.
Well, holy crap!
I tried.
What came out in 2007?
Mass Effect.
I was like, wow, it's that. I feel old.
Well, if they do a Seiju Ken / Quasar Saber, is it physically possible to do the whole collapsing dagger mode thing?
Oh, totally.
Or is it like
you'd have to just. It's not physically possible because
the mass shift. I'm saying mass
shifting.
shifts.
Yeah. I would just like a
I-
full size sword.
It'll probably like when I match this, it'll probably give you two, the dagger form
Yeah.
and the full size sword if you're gonna do both.
All right. Well,
And it can also include the Lights of Ginga, Lights of Orion hilt as an attachment for the saber.
yeah, that would be good because yeah, that would make a great set actually. As you include like the hilt, the extra hilt.
You
All
can
right.
change. Should we get our first
It's
topic?
been mentioned. Here's our first official topic. Shout out to Spin Dash on Twitter because he sent this to me earlier. Mill Creek Entertainment Agreement inks new home entertainment licensing agreement with Disney. Now, don't get super hyped about this.
So did they bought Mill Creek, or is like they
No.
just agreeing to release their films?
So here's what happened, okay? And this is I'll backtrack a little bit. Got some inside baseball stuff. There was physical media was trending on Twitter recently because a report came out that big studios were going to be looking to release stuff on physical media again because streaming has not been as profitable as they thought they would be, and they realized they cut out an important part of the market. It's not like I've been saying this for years and they could have listened to literally any of us, but corporations are dumb as rocks, so here we are. So the thing is that most of the major studios have sort of dissolved their home media divisions, or at least reduced their size a lot. And so there was a report that was anticipating that several studios were going to start announcing deals where they would start licensing shows to smaller companies to release, like the actual like home video companies. This is the first one of those. Now, the thing is, Mill Creek got a deal with Disney. They did not get a deal for Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, or Marvel. They specifically got a deal that is for shows from ABC Signature, 20th Century Television, Hollywood Pictures, Touchstone Pictures, and 20th Century Studios. So this is going to be like not the main Disney
that's not
stuff,
main.
but the acquired stuff like ABC and Fox. Yeah. I think, and then Digital Bits was reporting that they said that the total number of titles to expect is in the 100 to 200 range, and then there he said these are largely deep catalog titles. Think titles like Mystery Alaska, In the Army Now, Transporter 2, House Guest, etc. And it is only for Blu-ray and DVD, not 4K. But this is the first sign of a major studio going, hey, smaller studio that works on discs, you have some of the stuff we own. And this could lead to getting more shows and movies released that Disney's just been holding on to and not doing anything with.
Buzz Lightyear, Starman?
Probably not.
Aw.
It's technically ABC, but Pixar is very, very protective of that show. Not because they like it. Pixar is very adamant that they did not like Buzz Lightyear Star Command simply because the show was done in 2D animation.
Oh, John Lasseter, probably.
So there is
Also,
bad blood.
I'm gonna take a tea about the RAD 2001. That's you probably know, because again, I don't think Disney knows they have that show.
Disney probably doesn't know they have it. Hasbro doesn't care about it to pursue it. And E1 doesn't care about releasing anything on home video, it seems. I think in general, though, we're going to start seeing more of these deals. Arrow Video's already been releasing Universal titles like Dune or American Werewolf in London and such.
Maybe not. WB's been pretty decent releasing their streaming content.
So I think that, I'm not sure if anything from Disney Plus is ever going to get a disc release. And I think anything major is still going to be through Disney, like, clearly. But anything that's, like, smaller scale, we're probably just going to start getting more stuff. Smith Crow mentioned Paramount's deal with Kino Lorber. That's another one. I think the Blu-ray market and the DVD market is going to shift from, Warner Brothers Home Video, Disney Home Video, whatever, to more it's Arrow, it's Kino Lorber, it's Umbrella, it's MVD and Shout Factory. Like they're just going to start they're just going to sub-licensing everything to be released so they can get additional revenue streams, because then the big studios don't have to spend the money to do it themselves. And then in turn, if you get these smaller companies doing it, we're going to get better releases because when you get to the smaller companies, as we see with like Discotheque, with like pretty much everything, it's just one of those things that you get the smaller team, they'll care about it more and they'll make a better release than something that's corporate owned and put out by a major studio. So this is a shift. We're going to be tracking this kind of industry shift as we go along. through the future, because I think we're going to be seeing more of this. If this is just the beginning of sub licensing, so good for Mill Creek though. That's a big get for them because that opens up some doors. If anybody has any questions about this is the time. But yeah, you guys got anything on the Mill Creek getting Fox and ABC stuff?
So this whole streaming thing, so you think I don't with the whole streaming thing, I should say streaming is not a bad idea at all. I think it because it's a convenient thing, and I can see why families would definitely get streaming. I think the problem is I just don't think a lot of the major companies know how to really, because I think the problem is they don't. I think they saw Netflix succeed, but they don't really understand how Netflix succeeded, and I think that's the problem. And even Netflix themselves are falling, are not realizing why they succeed themselves. Ironically enough,
Mm-hmm.
Because I think
I mean,
also
I've heard streaming. There was a phrase: streaming is a beast that will never be satisfied, and you have to feed it content constantly. And that's where like Netflix, the reason why they were so successful is because they have something for everybody, like across the board, any type of thing you're interested in, they have some kind of form of it, and then they just have a ton of stuff that was like a lot of it was acquired, but they just have a ton of stuff on there, and there was new stuff every week for every type of person basically. And that's something that's Disney Plus or Paramount. Like once you get studio specific, you can't get something for everybody.
I think that's the problem is having so many studios open up their own streaming platform is so problematic.
Oh my god! It yes, it is.
Because here I understand Warner Brothers, I understand Disney opening up their own streaming platform. That makes sense. Having there's and even like in Crunchyroll also because for anime. And I understand completely why the big companies, but seeing like, oh, Universal's gonna make
Exactly.
Peacock or Apple TV or
The problem with Peacock is that Universal made it NBC focused and not using the Universal film library that can dominate everybody else's.
Oh,
yeah,
super true.
it's such a pain because I
I
know
have Peacock and I only use it for one thing: watching wrestling. That's it.
Mhm.
the problem with Peacock Peacock is they have Universal has all these brands. They have their Universal monster stuff, their Universal films,
Fast and the
DreamWorks,
Furious, Jurassic
they,
World.
they own like DreamWorks and Illumination, but like
None of it's
for
on
the
Peacock.
yeah, and like I tried. I went to Peacock, so I've been thinking ever since seeing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I wanted thinking, oh, I should do like a DreamWorks marathon with my friends for fun. The problem is there's no DreamWorks category in Peacock.
Nope.
You had to go to kids, but the problem is they have so many other like kid stuff on there that's like you is that was the problem. They did. It's not at least with Disney. I think it was Disney was really smart doing, and Warner Brothers was doing, Star Wars, Marvel,
brand categories.
brand categories.
Paramount Plus does it too. You can just click,
Mhm.
Well, there's no Star Trek button, which is stupid, but they got Paramount, CBS, Nickelodeon, BET, Comedy Central. Like they have the channels basically, even though they need to have a button that just says Star Trek because that's like the main reason I have it.
Yeah, it's such a So I think the problem really is so many channel with streaming is so many because physical with the whole media creating physical media is always gonna be the best and there's never really ad with the whole I don't think there's really any ad with the whole Milk Creek Disney because I see a lot of people going I see in a lot of the chat going like oh can't wait for like what about the Marvel animated stuff in the future and all that stuff but the problem
anything Marvel I think Disney's going to want to release themselves.
Yeah, again, I don't think anything Marvel or animation is gonna be released through this Milk Creek deal because they don't tell you the rights because it's
but a bunch of shows that have been living in syndication that never got physical releases. That's the kind of stuff we're gonna see.
I'm gonna. I see this comment from Smith Crow. I think physical media and streaming, can coexist. Yeah, because here's the thing: streaming is just turning to the next cable. That's what it is now, and it just I don't think
which is the problem.
Yeah, and that and like
I always say that
many people cut the cord.
Yeah, and it's not in necessarily just the sense of the price because you can pick and choose your streaming better. You can pick and choose
channels.
Welcome to chat, Counter 64. The thing with streaming is that it's like cable in that they will tell you what you get to watch, right? You can't just if there's a streaming show that's been acquired and the license expires, you can't watch it anymore there. Just like a network that's airing a show in reruns or whatever, or movies. And so the thing is that kind of mentality still exists with streaming. It's why HBO Max is taking stuff off so they can sell the streaming rights to other companies.
I can't believe you're removing Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
I seriously, once
I
Doom
have
Patrol's
an
over,
example.
I have no reason to keep HBO Max.
I have an example for your point, Soundout.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about this show, but the 3D Saint Seiya.
Mm-hmm.
Why is season 1 on Netflix and season 2 on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, and they're exclusive to either platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of thing is really annoying. I mean, it's very similar to. I mean, it is really just becoming the next cable television, because that happened with shows where one season will air in one station, one network station, and the next, think of a good example is like Mystery Science Theater 3000. That was on the Comedy Central. Then it got renewed for the Sci-Fi Channel, so that and there was. I think another good example is there was Nickelodeon's Doug, but there's also Disney's Doug.
Doug. And Futurama too.
Yeah, Futurama also. It just it's becoming this whole thing, and I think this is why physical media is important, and I think this is why physical media will always be important, but it's not like I don't think stream's gonna die, because I think it's so kind of ingrained to people's culture now that taking it away would be, honestly, I think, a bad thing, because I think so many families, there's a lot of families that rely on streaming because it's much safer to just afford Netflix subscription, Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah, because then you can find something for everybody on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I trust that, and would say, for family, I trust that more than, say, YouTube, because that's YouTube's just a Wild West. Even like YouTube Kids. I mean, there's this whole we can talk about like the Elsa Gate stuff. So I think it's just better for families to just afford only $10 a month for Disney Plus and put on Bluey or Spidey and Amazing Friends. Perfectly fine. I just think
real quick, just because this is related, Joel Adler, welcome to the chat, said the atomization of streaming really laid bare the fact that streaming isn't profitable in the long run and physical media is profitable.
Definitely.
And the thing is, because with streaming, you only get people month to month paying one fee for all this library. Whereas if you're putting out something on DVD, you get people buying the show independently, one at a time, and you rack up the money, because to get everything that I want that airs on Crunchyroll, I would have to spend like $300 or $400, as opposed to just like the $10 that if I want to just watch it once.
Yeah, and this is why, Netflix. When Netflix reported to talk about why, Inside Job and other shows got canceled because they weren't ranking the money or the views, and people make good points of. But if they did release Inside Job on physical on physical media and see how much the sales got from that, because die-hard fans will probably buy it.
Adding to that point, Sly Rocker said, I'm surprised Disney doesn't seem to want to release the MCU or Star Wars Disney Plus shows on Blu-ray. I feel like those would do really well. Absolutely. Like, I'm sitting here like I would buy every Marvel and Star Wars Disney Plus show like right now if they put them out, because I would buy them even if I don't like some of them too. Like, like I would buy Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would buy Loki, even though I wasn't like a fan of either of them.
The Clone Wars finale, Clone Wars final season.
I would love the Clone Wars final season.
People want that to complete their DVD set.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing, Muteki T brought up, 1960s Batman took so long for physical media, and companies were losing money from bootlegs. Yeah, the bootleg situation with that show got so bad that and also because it was circulating on TV Land and some other syndication networks, that it got 3 different companies that owned all the rights to sit down and say, all right, how do we release this on disc? We're losing money all the time.
I see also Muteki to bring up the good point of streaming. Streaming don't have the best quality as just TV reps and TV. Using some company, I know Netflix, you had to pay for higher quality. That's the problem.
The other thing is with Paramount Plus and Star Trek, they put Star Trek out on Blu-ray, which I'm very grateful for, because Paramount Plus has I watched like an episode of like Discovery on Paramount Plus, and then I watched the same episode on a Blu-ray, and the picture quality is so much better on the Blu-ray, even though the show was done in 1080p and it's streamed to 1080p. No matter what, streaming is never going to be as high quality as a disc, because when you're doing streaming, you're
Internet,
taking a file, compressing it enough to fit through an internet feed through wireless to put it up, and it's going to look good like 9 times out of 10. But if you have a Blu-ray, you're just going straight from disc to TV, and that means you don't have any of that internet interruption or just minor compression that happens with streaming. And also, I like the fact I can put a Blu-ray in and it plays, as opposed to streaming, where if I'm watching a movie that's too long, it'll pause and try to buffer for a minute.
I mean, yeah, and for example, and this also with the problem of getting content out. Getting content out because that's caused a lot of crunch and such like that. I mean, or just a lot of cancel. You wonder why the Velma series, which is heavily disliked, is like number 1 on like HBO Max.
Because they have nothing else.
Nothing else. Like
Harley Quinn is like their only other animated show, and the first 2 seasons don't even count towards HBO Max original, and those are the 2 most popular seasons.
Yeah, that's the thing, and such. And this is why, if you're wondering why Netflix and Paramount Plus have like an ad version, because I just think properly they can't continuing doing this because they need to get as you said, welcome to the chat, Jamie World. As we as they many reports, the streaming, they aren't getting a lot of the money return, so I think that's why they're doing the ad, having the ad version so they can get the ad money. And I can't, I mean, that's how like something like Pluto, Tubi's still going on. People ask like, how can Tubi have all this stuff for free? Well, because they have ads. They get the money from the ads they run through the shows you watch.
Yep.
And such. I mean, I think that's why a lot of licensed, that's why Hasbro and Subaraya are playing their show, and probably Toei are allowing their shows to be streaming for practically free on those sites, because they're getting the money for the ads. So
real quick, SSJ4 Jason, Harley Quinn got a both the first 2 seasons got individual DVD releases, and Warner Archive did a combined season 1 and 2 Blu-ray. And then let's see, where's the comment? Blue Baron said, wasn't Batman 1966 in legal limbo? It was. It was because Warner Brothers owned the IP for Batman, and then the show aired on ABC and CBS. So they had to get all of them to agree, plus all the estates for all the guest stars, to get everything released. It was an entire legal.
Baron, I thought the new center release stop being streamed. Yes, but I'm talking about the Kamen Rider like stuff.
Kamen Rider and Ultraman being on Tubi. Yeah. Like they make more money that way.
Through Hellfire Gaming, do we know why Tubi is missing the Prime movie and RE thing? Probably rights. They probably didn't get the rights to stream those shows. Because I think they're soon. It's weird because I think Prime first season and RE15's first season are on Netflix, but just their first seasons for some reason. I'll never know that why. Because I don't think RD's remaining 2 seasons ever was streaming anywhere. I think the only time.
Yeah, I don't think they ever, like, that whole show's never been available for streaming legally.
Yeah, because I think every time you look at clips online from season 2 and 3, they always had that Cartoon Network watermark down there.
And Smith the Crow brings up a good point about stuff that's on disc that's not on streaming. There's a bunch of that too. Yeah.
Jamie World, why Super Sentai or Kamen Rider don't have any streaming service? For example, no platform to watch latest Geeks or Don Brothers. Same goes for Crunchyroll.
For the latest,
that's probably because of TV Asahi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The network in Japan, I don't think likes having global streaming for some reason.
Because they're set in their ways.
Yeah.
Because
they're set in their ways.
Companies, they're very they don't understand internet or streaming.
I mean, that's the exception for Ultraman, because the TV network that airs Ultraman doesn't mind them airing on YouTube, right?
What TV network does air Ultraman? That's the question. I don't actually know.
Yeah, because it still airs on TV. It's not like a YouTube only thing now, except for the Ultra Galaxy fights.
You can watch your old stuff though.
Yeah.
Jamie World, same goes for Pokemon streaming platform. Technically, well, if you talk about the older stuff, that might be rights issue, or I think they might be available because at least with the older
Okay, yeah,
Pokemon,
TV Tokyo airs Ultraman. That's why they're more open to it.
with Pokemon, I think because I know a lot of those are available to buy digitally on Prime Video, but not like
Mr.
no.
Crow brought up something about Precure being allowed to be simulcast though.
Well, but I think
Yeah.
because that's an anime and not
Yeah,
like
that's what I was gonna say.
No, I think some Pokemon, older Pokemon series are available to stream on Prime Video, but most of them are probably anything you need to buy. Well, Netflix in the US specifically have Pokemon Journeys. Yeah, and just streaming. I think again, streaming is not a bad idea. It just
I want both.
yeah,
I want both.
Both because
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's because even though I have a lot of my favorite shows on home media, I would just watch it on streaming because it's a lot more convenient to just click and click, then get this pull disc case out, open, remove disc, plug into whatever media player,
Yeah.
and start it up. It's just faster.
All right, I do want to move on, but I'll just go through a couple things that did pop up. SSJ4 Jason said, I wish that Warner Brothers released a Spawn animate series on Blu-ray and the 97 movie on 4K. I would too. I know Todd McFarlane still owns like full rights on stuff like that. So there's that. And then Blue Baron said, do you think it's Japanese actor rights is difficult for current show streaming? No, because I don't think Toei pays their actors enough to begin with. So I don't think they would have. I don't think that would be an issue. I think
Johnny.
unless it's a Johnny and Associates agency connection, I don't think it's going to be that would be the issue. I think because Geets was on Bandai's YouTube channel for like a week.
Jamie World, who has the biggest anime streaming? Crunchyroll, because since the Funimation merger, they have a lot more anime than any other anime streaming service right now.
Mm-hmm. And Sly Rocker, Ryuki's starting to ship. It already shipped from Right Stuff, and Shout Factory started shipping. I got my notice today. All right, let's talk about some other bummer news. Hasbro's laying off people for some reason. I'm just going to mildly, I don't know, I'm not going to rant per se.
Well, first off, you worry about the people who got fired instead of your favorite brands.
Right.
People.
First of all, here's my problem. Okay, so for Hasbro, this is there's a lot of things to parse from this article. First of all, Hasbro's going through this cost cutting phase. Why are they going through a cost cutting phase? Because their sales were down for Christmas. Why were their sales down for Christmas? I don't know. It's not like everything went up 25 to 30% in price.
It's like, oh, I want to buy my little Timmy this Ironheart figure. Oh God, why is it like $40?
Yeah,
for something that looks
and that's the thing is Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, all the action figure stuff. They are constantly lowering the quality of the product, the plastic-free packaging. Brian mentioned, Hasbro needs to pick between price increases or plastic-free packaging. They can't have it both ways. Yeah, they reduce the amount of plastic, and then the prices go up, and then they don't sell, and then they start firing people instead of looking at what the actual problem is, which is they're outpricing people and they're putting out too much product. And the current CEO, let me make sure, and YouTube knows this too. Hasbro CEO Chris Cox, that is the official spelling of his name. He has took over when Brian Goldner died, and ever since then he has just been pushing. We had the dumb NFT stuff. We had the open gaming license controversy with Dungeons and Dragons, where they're not letting anybody monetize Dungeons and Dragons content. There's issues of Magic the Gathering putting out $1,000 booster packs for the anniversary. Or I found out the day that people that went to the Magic the Gathering convention didn't get the promotional pack unless they had the highest tier of ticket, and that was a very few amount of people.
I mean, the whole the whole premium member free was it the free shipping?
The free shipping went away on Hasbro Pulse since he's been CEO. And this was the guy who used to be in charge of Magic the Gathering, moved up the company, and I think he's just absolutely destroying things. Now, the thing is that, if you go back to our business history, when Nintendo saw loss in profits...
During the Wii U era.
The thing is, during the Wii U era, Nintendo had a loss in profits because the Wii U was not selling well. Satoru Iwata, who was in charge of the company, said, I'm taking a pay cut and the rest of the executives are taking a pay cut because we make enough money. We don't want to have layoffs just because we didn't lead the company correctly. And that's the way that it should be done. The problem is that we're seeing this with it was Microsoft and Google and a few other tech companies that they're like, oh, the sales are down. Oh, let's just cut people's jobs, which is just really, really shitty. And the thing is that bugs me is that Hasbro as a company is just charging more, and yet they're laying off 1,000 people. Okay, so first of all, first problem with this, they're laying off 1,000 people. As Hollywood Reporter says, that's 15% of their workforce. Okay, they actually don't have that many employees because most of the people that are working for Hasbro, the designers, the packaging designers, the packaging art people, a lot of them are all freelance. The reason why you don't see sculptors credited is because they're freelance. The reason why packaging artists aren't credited is because they're freelance. They're getting no benefits from the company.
Explains Yu-Gi-Oh illustrations.
Right. So that's
you ever wonder why you keep seeing
why do you see the same 4 people on every live stream for each brand? Because those are the people who are actually full-time employed by Hasbro.
Same thing when you go on Twitter and you see sculptors saying I sculpt Mesogog and stuff like that, but they don't work at Hasbro because they're freelancers.
Yep. So the thing is that for them to be firing 1,000 people is ridiculous when most of the people that work on their stuff are freelance, which is already ridiculous. Like these people are doing the majority of the work for your products, and that was something that's been Hasbro for a long time. They mostly have freelance employees, which is dumb. They should be having them full time. And
reminds you of WWE.
Yeah, so the thing is that now they're cutting 1,000 full-time employees, and then they're still trying to sell off Entertainment One because they bought Entertainment One, and then now they're here trying to sell off everything that's not brand related. That I'm sorry, but like the Entertainment One library is worthless without Power Rangers and Transformers and Peppa Pig and all the other things that they absorbed into it. They bought Entertainment One, had Entertainment One take in all their media properties. And then now they're trying to sell off the part of Entertainment One that doesn't have any toy brands to it. And the thing is that, I don't get it.
So let me get this right, Soundout.
Yeah.
They're firing all these people.
Yep.
And then they're already doing bad with their products.
Yep.
And then watch when they do bad, they're gonna go back and say we're short staffed.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's like,
I've seen that.
man,
this is corporate 101 in America these days, and this is why the economy is collapsing.
Man, we're losing money. I wonder why.
And they take it out on employees.
We're short staffed. Well, who fired everybody?
Exactly.
What's the Skinner lines?
Like, yeah. Oh, am I really in the wrong? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Wrong.
Yep.
Am I really so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. Collection set at 30 instead of 200. Yeah, they're reprinting old card packs, and it's like normal price. Whereas like Magic the Gathering, it's like you want old card packs? It's $1,000, and you can't even use them in official play.
Yep, they're not even legal.
Yeah.
Jamie World, I just want to say, please don't attack the people working on the figures because look, I get Lightning Collection.
We don't know who's to blame for any of the problems with Lightning Collection, which is why we don't talk about people specifically.
Yeah, it's overall. I think it's overall kind of pointless to get mad over a toy. Yeah, the toy stinks, but at the end of the day, it's just a plastic action figure.
We're ultimately like every time I critique the Lightning Collection, I'm doing it because I want the line to get better, but I'm not trying to blame a specific person because I have no idea who does what. And it's because the thing is, we don't even know. Like, NECA, for all NECA's faults as a company, because there's plenty. Every toy packaging lists who the sculptor, designer, the packaging artist, all the people that worked on the figure have credits on the bottom of the box.
Super 7 are super open about their figures.
Super 7, we know pretty much everybody works on there. Hasbro is a corporation because they hire a lot of freelance. We don't know who designs things. Maybe the reason why Lost Galaxy Yellow doesn't have Quasar Saber is because they hired a freelance guy, and it's like his first time designing a figure for him.
I mean, with TF Wiki, if you go on certain figures, they put sometimes they'll put we think this person.
Yeah, we think this person designed it.
Yeah, known designers. They don't put that designer. They said known designer. AKA,
yep.
We know this one designed this figure.
And so the thing is the other thing that's interesting is the Toy Giant is trying to look to sell its product production division as Entertainment One as it pivots to focus on gaming. So the thing is, if they're trying to focus on gaming, that is the most self-serving thing that this guy as a CEO could do because he came from the gaming division.
I mean, it's ironic because of the controversy of Dungeons and Dragons
Yep.
and Magic that happened only like 1 week ago or something like that, I think.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, they want to monetize it and completely destroy the player base. And Magic the Gathering fans are fed up. Action figure fans, as we've been talking, it's like, why are these figures costing this much? Why is there so much stuff coming out? It's boiling over and it's gonna fall apart pretty quick. It's these dumb corporate tactics that are just, they don't work, and yet we keep seeing them repeat it because the people in charge are too greedy to lose $1,000 out of their salary to save somebody's job. Like, they can afford it, they're rich, they'll live, they can take a pay cut. They make the most money out of the whole company and they do the least amount of work. So I don't know where this is going, but if Hasbro keeps doing scummy moves like this, I'm going to keep calling them out because I have no problem with that.
They're the biggest toy manufacturer in the world, but yet you compare their products to every other company, and they don't really. Sometimes the competing companies make better quality products, or just are on par, or just don't like. We talk about the plastic-free packaging, and every other company doesn't do that because like Hasbro's like, oh, we're being green. It was a plastic-free product. You get the prices go up. Every other company are like still in the $22 range, and
they're still using plastic. Like the thing is, if you could save the environment by removing plastic from your packaging, every company would do that for brownie points. If you could save a bunch of money by removing plastic from packaging, every company would be doing it because you'd be saving money on the manufacturing. Hasbro's doing it to try to look good while also just screwing over customers. And the thing is too is like I think I've been saying, like, the $25 mark for Marvel Legends, I was like, all right, fine, that's got to be the last price increase for like years, because the whole industry saw, like, usually the whole industry jumps prices, and in 2020 the whole industry jumped. And then Hasbro jumped again, and nobody else moved. And that's how I knew it was just a Hasbro increase.
Yeah, for example, their basic figures that are usually pretty not good are like what, $13 now almost.
Also, Brian brings up a good point. The amount of cardboard in the plastic-free packaging is hurting the environment, I think, more than the plastic is.
I see Hasbro's like the Marvel figures, which are awful. The Power Rangers figures are decent, but still, then I look at like
I was also going to add, I was watching a video on Star Wars Black Series price values. A bunch of figures that like Mandalorian First Edition, or like some that had like box variants, their prices have dropped because mint and box collectors for Black Series dipped. They're like, oh, you're going to close the figure in a window box? Well, I'm not going to keep collecting anymore. And so the demand for in-box Star Wars figures just dropped.
You look at, Hasbro's basic figures are barely painted, have barely any articulation. And then you look at, Jazzwares or Jazz Pacific or Mattel, their figures have pretty decent paint, pretty good pose. I mean, Jazzwares' Fortnite and Halo 4-inch figures are really well articulated for being $10.
Not to mention Mattel's kept Masterverse still at like $20. I don't think they've actually increased yet officially.
Yeah, and then you got and Jazzwares still does vehicles. Mattel does vehicles. Mattel released a big playset for the Lightyear toy line. It's a big impressive playset, and same with the CG Masters and electronics, and they're both electronics, and like they're $100, but still they're good playsets. What was the last playset Hasbro ever released? I can't think of any.
All right, let's go back to this. Because Smith the Crow brings up that Hasbro figures are pretty much getting to NECA prices. They shouldn't. NECA figures are like limited run, high-end adult collectible type figures. They're not, they're running like $37. So why? All right, let's
do a comparison.
Before we do that, I got two things from Pulse. So, some people talking about the Spider-Man. Yeah, I still don't get why the Spider-Man's $35.
He comes with the amount of accessories. Comes is about the same as the Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yep. He should be
Spidey.
28 like that Amazing Fantasy 15 one. Also, but here's the thing. He comes with only 2 hands, not 6 like the Amazing Fantasy one. And then this is a reused body and even a reused head sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
And in some angles, he's not even the right color. I
'Cause
don't get why this is 35 unless Sony is in... and I don't know what's going on with Sony and Spider-Man right now because the Andrew Garfield SH Figure Art Spider-Man no longer comes with his unmasked head. So, I don't know what's going on. But, like, this could be a Sony-related thing, but still, why is this figure $35? If it was all new, I'd understand. The other thing is I think Hasbro knows their price gouging isn't working. The starting lineup figures launched at $50. They recently reduced them as part of a special deal, for the basketball stuff, and now they're $30.
Those were $50.
These were $50. They put these up for $50. Oh, and they come with a free NFT that you can't turn down.
I was saying, is it because of the NFT?
But here's the thing: they still come with the stupid NFT thing, and they're $30. They dropped the price on the figures from $50 to $30 because of how bad they were selling. So they realize their prices aren't working. But that also shows you that they could have sold these at $30 to begin with. They didn't need to sell these at $50.
Yeah, like, I mean, so like comparison sakes to NECA. Let's compare like a NECA Turtles 2-pack versus a Hasbro 2-pack.
Let's do a different thing. Let's compare a NECA single figure. Let's look at Gargoyles. Let's look at a Gargoyles NECA figure. All right, here is Goliath, who you can get for $35. All right, he is massive. He has these huge wings, which that's a whole can of worms. He's got extra faces, extra hands, all kinds of stuff. There's like 1,000 photos here. Hold on. He's got, an extra face, a jalapeno, a book, and some really gigantic
first off,
wings.
Welcome to chat, Julian Fegan. Welcome to chat, and also they make a good point. The new Power Rangers remastered line is the same price as a low price figure now.
Yeah, and the thing is that with the remastered line, at least they come with the accessories to make up for it.
And more paint, at least.
Yeah, more paint and accessories. But anyways, the NECA figures for Gargoyles went up. Now they're $42 because of price increases happened. But Hudson here, who I have, he's sitting in the other room, or else I'd show him. He's got 5 extra hands, the sword, an extra head, and those giant wings. And the thing is, if you look at some of the Star Wars Black Series figures, like the deluxe figures, they, I don't know. They just come with all kinds of stuff.
You look at the single release NECA Turtle stuff, like the Last Ronin or the Archie Slash or the Reina,
or any of the. And then here's Michelangelo coming with a ton of stuff.
They're only like 30. I think Target. I think I saw the Archie Slash being like $32, $35.
Online, it's like $35 to $38. In store, you can get them for less than $30 sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And they come with a lot more paint, accessories, and stuff like that than Hasbro, where unless you get 2 hands, at the very least.
Yep. And Sly Rocker brought up a good point. The Gamer vs. Miles Morales came with a Build-A-Figure part, unmasked head, 4 sets of hands, and was a completely new mold. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The NECA Alf. Let's pull that up because here's the NECA Alf, currently on Big Bad Toy Store for $38. Look at all of these things he comes with. So yeah, and Blue Baron, they still haven't done anything with Gargoyles. I'll make a video if they do. But yeah, look at everything Alf comes with for $38.
How much are the Jada Toy figures again?
The Jada Toys Universal Monsters are $25.
And I'm pretty sure they're the same. And the Capcom figures are going to be the same price.
Street Fighter figures are going to be. The Street Fighter Jada Toys figures are going to be $25. The Mega Man ones are going to be $20.
Due to the fact they're more smaller characters.
Right. But Invisible Man here comes with all this for $25. Extra head. And this is a completely unique mold that cannot be reused.
Mm-hmm.
Brian brings up a good point. Figure Arts Vegeta, because Figure Arts been doing this entry price thing. Sure, they reuse some mold parts, but $35 gets you a Figure Arts Vegeta that comes with 2 extra faces, 3 extra left hands, 4 extra right hands, and crossed arms.
Same with the
And
Naruto.
it's a
Same with
figure art. And it's
same
a
with the Naruto.
figure art. Yeah, and then Naruto, yeah, the kid Naruto. Because I think the kid Naruto is more impressive than the teen
Adult.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find him. Where did he go? And yeah, like most figure arts are 55 to 60, but you can get these entry ones. $35 for this Naruto. He comes with 4 face parts, 4 left hands, 7 right hands, a kunai, and the Rasengan. Like, that's a fully featured figure art.
Spectre Crow also mentioned Boss Fight Studios.
Boss Fight Studios is a good example too. Boss Fight. Apparently, nothing came up. There we go. Boss Fight Studio. Here's their $35 classic Popeye. Popeye is like, he's 1/12 scale, so he's 6-inch scale. That's a bad shot. He comes with 2 heads, 3 pairs of hands, hat, and can of spinach.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all licensed properties too. It's not like these companies own them.
Let's see, hold on. I remember seeing, where is that? Boss Fight Studios is doing
They're doing
figures based
wrestling.
off. Boss Fight Studio are doing figures based on the Dr. Stone anime, and they come with a lot of accessories.
How about their Fraggle Rock line?
Killer Cross. Alexander Hammerstone, okay.
Yeah, their Fraggle Rock line. That's a Jim Henson property. You know, that's...
Yeah, I'm looking at their store. I see the Dr. Stone anime figures, and the main character of the series comes with 4 heads, 3 pairs of hands, and a lot of accessories for only $38.
How about their 1/12 scale dinosaur dudes that are like $30 and like 8 inches tall or whatever? Indie toys,
Can
man.
Can they do Street Sharks?
Someone should do Street Sharks. I don't think anyone's doing it currently.
Someone really should. But yeah, it also I see Ryan makes a good point. Also, Hasbro stop cheaping out on the dirt 3-pack figures. Yep. Every 3-pack only has 1 lane figure.
I had to write in my notes, don't forget Bullseye. It wasn't a Daredevil and Elektra 2-pack. Because that 3-pack, I love the 2 figures I got, but I hated that I had to buy that Bullseye because that Bullseye was awful. And I was like, I just want, but that Daredevil and Elektra got me to do it. But yeah, I mean, welcome to the chat, Gizmo. So the thing is like, you know, Hasbro, why are you laying off people? You got other ways to cut costs. You know, slow your roll. Don't put out 161 Marvel Legends in a year.
Lord, that's too many.
They're crazy.
That's 161 too many. Ha!
Right? Like, the thing is that, like, I don't know. The people making stuff. And Brian mentioned the Iceman from the Amazing Friends pack is trash. Yeah, I heard about that. I skipped that pack because I was like, I already got these characters. I think, God, there's a 3-pack coming up that's decent. Those X-Men, the blue and yellow X-Men, they're all decently same. At least there's not one that's like, oh, this one's worse than the other 2. They're all about the same sort of mid experience. Yeah, no, that's just, God, we could go on this for a long time. The Spider-Man movie pack, they're like, oh, the Tom Holland Spider-Man's new, and I'm like, no, it's not. He's still got the wrong wrist gauntlets.
$100, please, or where it was.
It was $30 if it was $90. But then figure art. See, the thing is, we can't win with the Spider-Mans. I forgot to make this a topic, but let's just make it a topic right now. And let's watch as the Tamashi website kills my stream. Again, because I keep forgetting it will do this every time I type it in here. Are we still connected? Okay, cool. Let's talk. I'm just inserting this now because I kind of forgot about this. I was planning to get the 3 Spider-Man figure arts based on No Way Home. I think I mentioned that on the stream before. Have I mentioned that before? Does anybody remember that?
I think you have. I'm not sure.
Okay. So let's look here. So people were confused, I think, because they didn't see the announcement. This went up. This listing. It was the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. He's now $10 cheaper than he was before, except he doesn't come with an unmasked head anymore. They delayed. Okay, so the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man I think is still coming out this month in Japan. They delayed the Tom Holland one to Let's see. They delayed the Tom Holland one till an unknown date. They delayed the Andrew Garfield one in December to June, and then now they canceled the original Andrew Garfield Spider-Man release, and now they've resolicited it with no unmasked head and no hands for the unmasked heads either. And why'd they get rid of the head? I have no idea, but I went from having all 3 on pre-order to having now none on pre-order.
You think? Because I imagine in this case it's a either actor likeness issue or a Sony issue.
I would point to Sony more than anything. I can't find the original notice, but the notice said something about like the timing of the commercialization was not planned out or something like that. Like maybe they took too long to make it. Kamen Jojo brings a good point. The Amazing Spider-Man games didn't have Andrew Garfield's face or voice. Does anyone know where the best place to look at Hot Toys stuff is? Is it Sideshow or Big Bad?
Big Bad. I'm
just gonna go Big Bad. Because the thing is that I know Hot Toys can afford more than other people can. Gosh, I'm looking through series and not companies. But yeah, Hot Toys. Here we go. Let's see. I'm looking because I know they put up a Amazing Spider-Man. Where is it? That's Friendly Neighborhood. Where did they not actually put up the Amazing Spider-Man?
It's been years since they released that figure.
No, I'm talking about the new one. For
new one?
The No Way Home version. Because I know they were doing I know they showed it. Yeah, it never went up. They got the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man up, and they've got the
Amazing.
Not the Amazing. They have the MCU one. But Friendly Neighborhood's got Tobey Maguire. Maybe the issue is Andrew Garfield. Maybe it's his agent. Maybe it's his publicist. I don't know. They're as people have talked. Yeah. SC Sigs. Anyways, he's mentioned you'd think they would have gotten Andrew Garfield's likeness secured with this stuff during shooting No Way Home. You think all of this would have been secured. It's been taking way too long to be doing this. Okay, Sly Rocker confirmed what I thought. It was like they showed Amazing Spidey, but they haven't put him up for order. I gotta tell you, Sony, I know, has some control over the Spider-Man character license, and I wonder if they're just trying to mark up stuff. I don't know if Andrew Garfield's agency is trying to ask too much for his likeness for merchandise, or like asking for too big of a cut. But this is becoming a whole big mess. The Hasbro set doesn't have any unmasked heads.
I think that's strange. They talked to Andrew and Toby possibly. They said something like that on one of the streams.
They said something like that, and there is listings for a wave for No Way Home that has unmasked versions listed, but maybe those won't happen now.
No Way Home is so weird because I feel like there's some weird rights thing going with that movie because not with the whole Hasbro stuff, but I remember I think Lego wanted to make more No Way Home. There was like some listings or some hearsay of them making more No Way Home because the sets they released for No Way Home are all kind of not spoiled the movie, so it's like based on Far From Home.
Yeah, it was the same way with the Hasbro Basic line because Sony was so worried about all the actors being back leaking, even though it leaked anyways.
Thanks, Andrew. Well, yeah, it's so so a lot of people are thinking, because a lot of people, there may be hearsay of, we'll get new Andrew and Toby minifigs and set space of the movie, but that has not happened yet because all the Spider-Man stuff that came out last year for Lego were all evergreen comic stuff instead. So there must be some weird thing going on with No Way Home because I feel
it's also weird they have an extended cut of the movie that's out on digital and no word of a Blu-ray version of it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Sony.
This is this movie made so much money and is so popular, and yet why is the merch rollout so slow? And then why is the merch rollout so restrictive? And why is it so expensive? Like it's pushing me away from like I said, I canceled all the figure orders because I was like, no Andrew Garfield head, no deal. Like I wanted to have them all with the unmasked heads. So I'm done. I'm not going to keep trying with that. I'll just see if Hasbro pulls something off. I wasn't going to buy the Marvel Legends 3-pack.
I mean, that's because I won't be surprised. It's also a little bit maybe Andrew's agency. Also, that's another.
Maybe it's because he's British.
Because Tom Holland's popular, but like I think of not to diss Toby, but Andrew's definitely the bigger actor of the two.
Yeah,
because
he's
he's in
gotten
a lot of
awards
stuff.
nominations, and he's won awards, and he's done a bunch of stuff. Like he's a busy guy, and maybe his agency's just asking for too much.
Yeah, Andrew is a very popular actor, so I could definitely see that. Like, you want Andrew's likeness, pay up the money kind of
Yep.
scenario.
And maybe Hot Toys hasn't been able to settle a price yet, which is why he hasn't gone up when all the others have.
Because back in the day, they could do Andrew's face back when like the first one being Spider-Man, because that's when he was
But
sort of
when
an
the second
unknown
came
actor.
around, there wasn't any unmasked heads for any of those figures.
Yeah, so it really shows how much. I guess it shows how much popular Andrew Garfield getting, because in Amazing Spider-Man, he was still kind of an unknown British actor, because he was in an episode. I remember he was in an episode of Doctor Who, for example.
I heard about that recently. Actually, I didn't even know about that till.
Yeah, so he's he was, but now he's definitely gone up in stardom. So I could definitely see it's a whole you want the likeness, pay up like this stupid amount of money kind of scenario. I mean, that's
on that. Before we tangent too far off this, everybody's making up good points in the comments. Let's see,
SA6. Something always been weird with the release of the extended versions of the Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man 2.1 has a few Blu-ray releases. Spider-Man 3,
editor's cut.
Editor's cut only got one out of print Blu-ray release, and now No Way Home's extended cut doesn't have a physical.
What we really need is a Spider-Man set that has all the movies with all the extended cuts. Just put it all in one box set.
With Spider-Man 3, so there's a lot of behind the scene, like a lot of stuff filmed that was never released. Like the whole, have you ever heard? You probably heard the whole original Eddie death for Spider-Man 3.
Oh, there's a ton of stuff, and I don't want to like derail the stream because I still want to talk about a couple things.
That's his own topic for another stream, probably.
On that note, because I think we talked Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Let's go over to Kamen Rider, because I did want to highlight this because I have some thoughts and I haven't really talked about this. Titan Comics was releasing the Kamen Rider Kuga manga. By the way, Gizmodo put this article out. And some people had started noticing that the translations present in the final print versions of the Kamen Rider Kuga manga were not the same as what was in the preview images, and that the ones in the physical copies felt more machine translated than the preview images. And this has been a whole big controversy because, hey, it was brought to the attention. Hey, maybe this, translation feels a little bit off. And, there was a comparison of like, you went from the preview page saying, you are really the goddess, to the final page saying, you could be really at my place.
Jeff Goldblum
thing. Titans Comics response has been awful.
Blue Baron S. Is it true they translated from the Spanish version? So was that ever confirmed?
That was the thing, is that apparently Titan licensed this also to Argentina, and there was a Spanish version produced, and that the preview images were being done in collaboration between them and the Spanish company, which makes no damn sense and sounds like a lie. I don't understand what the heck they were going on about. Following their Twitter, so their initial response was really awful, and it was basically saying, "Shut up, just take it." And then people started getting, let's see, I got to go through a lot of Titan Comics stuff that's not writer related. Then people were they started getting more complicated. Then this other statement came out that was saying, "Thank you for your comments regarding the publication. You're passionate about the franchise, and we are as well." You sure? Let's see. Stonebot is the license of Kamen Rider Kuga for its English release. We partner with Titan for publishing and distribution, as they're a leading company in the English language market. When we began, I thought Titan and I thought Stonebot was a label at Titan, but apparently they're a separate company. When we began pre-production, we designed some promotional pages for distributors and social media alongside Ovni Pes, our sister company from Argentina, with whom we share resources in the publication of Kuga in Spanish. These promotional pages were translated from Japanese to English by our joint team using the style of the Argentina release. It was later decided to go on a different direction to make the book more similar to current manga localizations in the market. What the hell does that
What
even
manga?
mean?
What manga are they looking at? Because
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure the actual the actual statement can be seen on the page
as
here.
someone who reads a lot of modern official translated manga, they don't look like the Titan Kuga manga.
Yep. And so now it says Stonebot and Titan have heard you are now working on delivering an edition the fans can be happy with. So okay, then Titan responds saying, "We at Titan have carefully gone over the past few days to your feedback on the highly anticipated Kuga manga, yada yada yada. We want to let reader know we're actively resolving the issues. We'll correct any identified art errors, which is because stuff got cropped, textual inconsistencies because phrasing was wrong for all digital and subsequent printings of Kamen Rider Volume 1 and 2.
Will they refund any of the people who bought the first two volumes?
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I bought Volume 1. I'm not buying it again. All right, second, we're currently implementing extra internal editorial process to ensure that the books are the highest quality possible in quality and accuracy. We will continue to work closely with our translators and Kamen Rider brand experts in the series to improve all aspects of production. We value the work these highly respected individuals have done and stand by them and their work for us. They went from shut up and give us your money to, oh, we're actually listening and taking care of this because people who did this article for Gizmodo? I know they're in Toku Twitter. James Whitbrook wrote the article for Gizmodo. It got picked up by A&N. It got picked up by Comic Book Resources. The thing is, I will believe none of this until it actually happens. Because their initial response was, "Nothing is wrong. Why are you complaining to us?"
Yeah, what are you talking about?
And I'm not going to wrap the 01 writers tweets into this because I don't know why the hell he was even talking about that in the first place. Talk about stepping over the dang line. If they're going to fix the future printings of Volume 1 and 2, they need to have a replacement program for everybody that bought them. Bare minimum. Also, if you are trying to make sure that the future volumes are better, okay, let me double check. I haven't checked in a couple days. When they made this statement, you could still pre-order volumes 3 through 5 through online retailers. Let's check it right now. Let's go to Right Stuff.
Because manga usually, comics usually are kind of ahead.
All right, if Kamen Rider Kuga Volume 3 is coming out in March, there is absolutely no way they can correct it before its release. Volume 4 is supposed to be in May, and then I don't think Volume 5 is up on Right Stuff, but it is up on Amazon for July.
So when's Volume 3 coming out? When's Volume 3 coming out again?
3 is coming out March 14th.
That's 2 months. Or actually, since it's
so not to talk like I know anything, but it's not like I buy 1,000 comics a year, because I do.
They're
okay?
they're usually printed away in advance.
Right. There is no way that they can correct the trans. I find their statement to be completely insincere because they still have 3 through 5 up for order on websites with no date changes. And until they take them off they need to cancel and resolicit with a corrected translation. Because if Volume 3 comes out with the same wrong translation, then we know that nothing they say is actually truthful. This sounds great that they want to change it and that they feel embarrassed by it, but I remember that their original response was, "You all are just making stuff up. Our translation is fine." That was their initial response, and now they're like, "Oh, we did screw up," and it's like I can't believe any of things they say.
Because they only say this because they got so much backlash.
There was so much backlash, they had to make a statement. But the fact that the two things they need to do for me to actually believe that they actually have an intention of fixing this is they need to cancel the release of 3 through 5 and resolicit them at a later date, and they need to offer a replacement program for volumes 1 and 2. Like, I will send in my volume 1 and get a new volume 1 back.
Mangas are not like comic books where, anything will be 6 when there's an error in comics, they'll be 6 by at least a trade paperback at least.
Because there's been errors in single issues that will get corrected for the trade. Happens all the time. They've never said anything about the Flying Falcon key, and if that's going to be switched to Flaming Tiger for the 01 trade, I wouldn't expect it. But they need to fix this because I have no faith in them now. I don't like the manga to begin with.
Brian, I think they will release a fixed version as part of the box set. That's the thing. Not every manga publisher does a box set like Viz.
And in terms of Titan manga, this isn't their first release, but they've actually done some other stuff.
And also, usually those box sets are usually for like the very popular mangas like Dragon Ball or Naruto and such like that.
In terms of how to fix this, Spin Dash brings a
Don't
good
buy
point. Is the manga even done in Japan? As far as I know, it's still going, but nobody's got a resource to tell me otherwise.
I usually a manga is usually finished when there's a US
sometimes
release.
Thunderbolt.
Sometimes. Oh yeah, well, there's a few exceptions like Weekly Shonen Jump, for example. But
with these, I think because according to the Kamen Rider wiki, it's like says like 2015 to present. So I don't know if it ever ended because no one's updated the article.
It might be on break. It might be on break.
It
is
could
my
be.
guess. It could be.
But the thing is that the problem I have is that until I see it, I'm not going to believe it because I think the 01 comic is written with very little care and the artwork is done really poorly. There's a lot of image tracing, which I don't like when even like the Star Wars comics were doing like image tracing for a while and I hated it. I don't like the 01 comic that much. I thought
you don't like Valkyrie's spine breaking in half?
Yeah. So the thing is, as a comics reader and a manga reader, I didn't like the Kuga manga when I read it. Maybe some of it was the translation. I don't feel like buying it right now. If they go back and actually correct it and like make a good product and offer a replacement for those that bought volumes 1 and 2, I will go back to supporting them. But as of right now, I'm not going to be ordering any more Kamen Rider Kuga manga until they fix this. And I'm only going to keep buying the 01 comic until it's done with because I already ordered that through my comic shop and it's a special order. I'm not going to screw them over just because I don't like the company anymore. But I'm not going to buy the trade. I'm not going to order. You're
doing that for the comic book shop, not for the company.
Exactly.
You're doing it for the comic book shop.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the shop, not for the company. And everyone make your own decisions on what you want to do with your money here. But I don't trust I don't like the response of this at all.
I hope is they don't get the license for Fudo PI because I would actually buy the Fudo PI manga and read it.
I don't want they should get the Fudo PI manga since it's still going too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's a bummer, but I know I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of people put their foot down. Did I hear Cows?
Wild Wheels appeared in the call.
Oh. Did I hear Cows though? I felt like I heard Cows' voice.
No, that was Wheels.
That was just me making reference of an inside joke that happened the other night that we'll have to tell you about later.
But anyways, I saw a lot of writer fans just put their foot down and say, "All right, enough is enough. We can't just keep blindly supporting things just because it's official."
Come on. We already got caught with Ultraman. Do it with Ryder. You gotta do it with Ryder, man. Ultraman already got fucked.
Yeah, the problem is that.
Wait, whoa. Wait, what? With Ultraman, I was thinking of the the Jonas.
No. In their actual press releases too. Remember, as I even pointed out, the Soundout, he never noticed it before, but in the press releases it said, that they're starving to get. Like they actually made.
Oh no, it's now showing up on Amazon pages that Ultraman fans are desperate for this content on disc. I've complained about that since my first Mill Creek video, I think.
And what's funny too is Soundout never saw it until he was making that video. Yep. I told him about it.
He told me about it, and then I found it in every one of their press releases.
Yeah, I told Soundout, I'm like, it's always been there. And Soundout's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's been there since the very first one. And he was like, why didn't you bring it up? And I was like, I just thought it was some catchy thing they tried to do for the first couple of sets.
It's copy text that shouldn't be
public.
Yeah. Adding to that, for example, with the Mill Creek Ultraman. I rag on them about subtitle quality. I know that they're reusing subs from previous existing sources. I'm not going to complain unless they're telling us it's newly translated, like Gridman. That was a big problem. Where did Max air? Was Max a Crunchyroll?
Max was a Crunchyroll release. Okay. Everyone who keeps saying, okay, this is the problem.
Real quick, Nexus. I've been watching Nexus recently, and Nexus has some weird mistiming on its subs. I give it a pass only because the release was $23. Like,
okay, so
the thing is, the subs still work. Sometimes the subtitles leave the screen too quickly, and there's like some weird mistimings. But for most of the Ultraman sets, the subs are good, and they're still worth the money because of the lower price you're getting for what you're getting. At $13 a volume, this Kuga manga should not be machine translated.
Yeah,
Max.
So, yeah, because like with the Ultraman stuff, the only ones that like premiered exclusively on Toku HD were Mega Monster Battle and Neon Mega Monster battle, Ultraman Cosmos, but Max, Nexus, Gaia, they were all previously Crunchyroll, which means they were subbed by Subaraya's international team a long time ago, and then once over, I think, by Crunchyroll.
Yeah, that
And
definitely
Crunchyroll,
tracks
fixed
with
whatever.
how we've seen things.
Like, because the subs still look old as shit. Like they still look like mid 2000s. But from what I was told, was Crunchyroll did do a once over to make sure they were just at least decent enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think like Crunchyroll did too many changes, because don't forget, supposedly, and I don't know how true that is, I heard rumor mills that anything that was in the mid 2000s was maybe translated or had worked on by associates of August Ragone, or August Ragone himself had helped Subaraya in the 2000s. This is the problem about a lot of the older guys, that they allegedly worked with the brands, helped promote the brands, but they never exactly specify what they did for the brands.
Yeah.
And then when you try to source them, they get a little fidgety.
All right. Well, moving on from there, we've got Figure Arts news that just dropped. If you guys want Gohan's angry constipation face, you got to buy his new power up. I guess spoilers for superhero. Oh, whatever.
Great. Why is Crunchyroll? Why is that March release? I don't
know. Anyways, the internet's already talked about it enough. Here's the new form. He's got a special beam cannon effect, which is really, really cool. And he's got the bonus face, because every dang superhero figure, like, you see this right here? You see this, like,
basically
grid?
Scam here.
Everybody comes with a part for Gohan.
He's the builder.
He's
secretly a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
I love how Gohan got Ultraman treatment.
Yep.
Or it's not even a Build-A-Figure at the part. It's like, here's another accessory. Here's another.
No, it's a build accessory. Build an accessory.
Scavenger hunt.
Your accessory.
Also adding to this, Orange Piccolo is going up March 2nd.
Does he come with any Gohan bits?
We don't know, because he doesn't have a page yet. He's just right there.
Guys, you know what
he's going up March 2nd. Apparently, if you order him and Gohan Beast, you get free shipping. So that's nice. That's the thing they're doing in Japan. So if you want him, everybody, he goes up February 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern.
But don't forget, they're doing free shipping and $10 off when you buy P Bandai items. But America, no, buy them at retail.
Yeah, we didn't get the free shipping campaign for Buffa and Tycoon.
No, it wasn't just free shipping.
Or no, the coupon, the coupon.
It was
a $10 credit towards shipping on the Monsterverse Omnibus, because I ordered the Pacific Rim one and it's not showing up.
Is the Gohan Beast P Bandai?
Yep. It's the page is up on P Bandai US right now. If you guys,
actually, I thought it'd be retail, honestly.
This movie is probably one of the worst marketed movies in the Figure Arts line to date.
The only ones that are retail are Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan. Everything else is P Bandai.
Like,
name the Gammas.
All the previous movies, though. All previous movies following Resurrection F, like so Broly and some of the other merchandise, were at retail. Like the Broly movie, you could get Broly, Super Saiyan Broly, and you could get Gogeta retail. When they did Resurrection of F, the only retail ones were the American releases. But in Japan, I think some of them were. Battle of Gods, that was when Figure Arts started really, really trucking along for DBZ. So Super Saiyan God Goku came out like somewhere near Resurrection F.
Yep. So, on that, Psycho brings a good point. Spoiled in the movie again. Yeah, look, it's the Shin Ultraman effect. Adding to this, let's continue our complaining about Bandai.
I was gonna say, how did Psycho O's not see the movie yet? Is it just not in his country?
No, it wasn't in his country, and it's streaming.
Oh man,
it's like it's not streaming anywhere.
And
the English Blu-ray is not till March. Hey, let's talk about Bandai screwing over with pricing again. Let's go to this. Kamen Rider Outsiders spoilers, I guess. I don't care. It's toys, guys. Let's just worry about it then.
Sound out.
Batman.
Toku Twitter loves Toku Twitter spoils everything.
I saw clips of this special minutes after it came out on Tokusatsu Fan Club. I don't care about spoilers. I'm talking about a toy I want to complain about. So
The Tokusatsu community, as soon as out, post to Twitter.
Yep.
That's their mindset.
all right, so let's get to this. Kamen Rider Outsiders is a new special with a bunch of returning actors. Kamen Rider Ocha's finally got a Survive form. I think it looks cool. I'm really into it. As you guys know, I love Ryuki. I bought all the Soto Chronicle Ryuki. I haven't built a bunch of them because I've been busy and I don't like dealing with stickers. Here's the thing. Freaking Oja Survive as a Soto Chronicle is totally something I would want. He comes with the blade form for the visor. I'm like, cool, this will make a great addition to the Soto Chronicle collection. There's him facing off against Odin. There he is with the other Survive forms. And then it's like, oh, hey, we're going to include blank Oja from episode final, because we hadn't done that before. And I was like, okay, I kind of expected that. Because, that's cool. You can do the fight scene with Fom. There's your 3 Ojas. Why is it 4,900 yen for a recolor and a new figure?
49 yen. That translates to what? $90 or like
40,
something
no.
like that?
Well, it's included.
Well,
it seems to be.
No, that's before
less than that
taxes.
now due to the
It's $38 at the current exchange rate. Okay,
Yeah.
But here's the
yen
thing:
is weak.
4,900 yen. All right, 4,900 yen for 2 figures, which they make it look like 3 because this image at the bottom.
Yeah, it keeps promoting that it's going to reissue the.
No, it's only 2 figures. It's just Oja Survive and just the blank body with the parts for regular Oja to use the visor. Okay. 4,900 yen. Why do I have a problem with 4,900 yen? First of all, the movie set with Fom, Ryuga, and Verde was 4,800 yen. And then, if we go on to Ami Ami, the last retail set, Ryuki Chronicle 3, was a retail price of 5,500 yen, and you got 5 figures. And I paid 4,400 yen, so 4,400 yen. So 500 yen less, I got 5 whole figures. And the problem is that I don't care at this point. And the thing is, Spin Dash mentioned this, Toku Collectibles is asking $75. That's shipping plus original costs, whatever, that's how they do their prices. But I'm talking straight in a Bandai perspective. They're price gouging for 2 freaking figures in Soto Chronicle costing more than a box.
People like Oja, they will pay for anything for Oja.
Exactly. And then there's...
I'm just glad they didn't make it based on the current suit where Jiro
That's
Okamoto is, pudgy.
Well, he's not pudgy.
What if it costs as much?
Because the thing is, it's Jiro
keeping...
Okamoto's old muscle, and they're putting him in the same costume they've been using for 20 years. So it's all stretching in weird places.
No, guys, go Chinjiri
on. We're not that lucky. But no, so the thing is that they want to charge more than a box of figures for just Oja Survive and Oja Blank.
It comes with really good candy.
And the thing is, there is no teaser for the Beast. No teaser for the Beast. So, the thing is, my brain was like, all right, maybe it'll come with the new Venom Snaker that turns into the motorcycle. That's only in 2 seconds of the show, because, Bandai, that's the only reason it's there, is to make a toy, right? There's no teaser, because they usually say, oh, next time there will be... Nope. They're like, oh, let's talk about Converge. I don't like this. I do not want to buy this, and I'm not going to buy this. If they put out the Advent Beast, I will think about it. But I do not like this price whatsoever for what is not that big of a deal. Oja Survive's cool, but I can get a figure art for less than the price of 2 of these. I don't know. And the thing is that at the point, what if they make the Beast? Yeah, but is the Beast going to be 10,000 yen or something? I don't know. And I saw someone mention P Bandai US. I doubt it, because we haven't gotten any Soto Chronicles since that one random Gaim set.
Did they do the other Survive Advent Beasts?
They did, and they were more expensive. I think Drag Ranzer was $8.
Random Gaim set.
I think Drag Ranzer was 7,500 or 8,000 yen, because he's huge. He's massive, but I don't.
Can he still transform?
Yeah, he transforms still too. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on. I have Zeltrax mentioned Figuarts Oja Survive. Watch them do Oja Survive as part of a Seiho Ryuki lineup instead of doing a regular one.
They probably could.
I don't know.
But you know what?
Also,
they should just do a set called Random Movie Line, since Jerry's like Jerry made the joke, we need a random guy line. I'm like, they should do a random movie line where it's just all movie characters
Literally
not even
called that,
associated.
you know,
just
with
called
their movies,
Random
just
Game Set.
put together.
exactly.
I mean,
Random Game Set, random movie set. So you have like Caucasus and Hercus in with like say like Glaive and all that.
Give
Like,
me
like
the
it carries like
old
15. Was it carries like 15 or Garcos?
Give me
Like
that old vibe, man. You know, the old walking into a random store, shady store in Chicago, looking at random bootlegs, except it's actually made by Bandai. You know.
I like that. That
me
would
that
be
vibe.
fun.
Also, I put the link to the stream because I'm gonna go grab dinner and I don't know when I'll be back.
Okay, so
We
yes.
see my reaction. What, 8 or 9?
We're probably gonna start at like maybe a little bit before 9 o'clock, probably. I think
9 o'clock
yeah,
is
just
the
make sure we
Discotheque
promote.
stream, and Hero Club is streaming reaction to it. I won't be on that because I got other things I have to do at the same time. as the stream.
So, Sam, we only have like 12 minutes. So
Yep. I
any
wanted
remaining
to
news?
get to a couple topics. I'll go a little bit over to do this. Hey guys, there's a Transformer stream tomorrow, and we got pictures of Cyclonus' retool Metal Hawk.
Woo! I'm so happy with this figure.
Let me just I'll adjust the window here because it's the last time I'm using the window this week. There's Metal Hawk, guys. The Big Bad Toy Store put him up for pre-order like over the weekend early, and then they took him down. This is probably going up soon, and then to go with that, Transformers Legacy Twin Cast, who comes with Rewind. So we've got
translucent plastic.
It's still translucent plastic because it's gang molded with the chest door, and you need the translucent for the chest door to make the whole gimmick work. But yeah, so we're getting 2 new Voyagers at least announced tomorrow. I hope, since the pictures are out.
Well, because I'm assuming he's just a way 2 Voyagers, probably.
Yeah, I think so. I'm excited for both of these because I Twin Cast will finally go with the Sound Blaster we got years ago. And
like I wish I got. They never released a sound. Did they ever release a Sound Blaster off the Earthrise mold or no?
They've only done the Siege one twice, 2 different colors. But yeah, there's Metal Hawk, guys. That it finally answers the question: what's it gonna look like?
I'm so happy as a Master Force fan.
Yep.
I'm so happy to get Metal Hawk because Metal Hawk is like one of the most underrated Autobots ever. Autobot leaders, because he's still a leader. He's still the leader of the Master Force crew. Damn it!
10-minute gold toy in the mail,
Do.
and I dragged it all the way into my bedroom, so we're showing it on stream.
Now you're gonna do the Freakazoid effect.
I was going to, but then I don't know how much space I actually have. The G.I. Joe Haslab Sky Striker, which I'm not reviewing because I don't review 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe. In case anyone's wondering, this came out.
Oh, look at that.
Let me get it off the stand here. I'll just like kind of this is like a mini review during the live stream here. So this thing is just a massive beast. I love it's really cool like wing gimmick where you pull the latch to get the wings. You pull the other latch underneath, and it opens up the landing gear, which is just amazing. Love that. Blast thrusters out the back. Gun effects in the front. Comes with a bunch of different things. I don't know. It's
Question.
nice.
Does this have the little clip thing for the the ship? Well,
The hook for the aircraft carrier. Yeah,
aircraft carrier.
it
Does
does.
it have it?
It still has that. Every detail that should be here is here. Everything that was on the vintage toy is here, and they added a bunch of stuff to it. It's massive. It's nice to get like a vehicle that's like properly sized for once.
Well, you never gotta do this for a classified because it'd be ginormous.
Yeah, because I mean, look, there's the figures, right? And then they actually have the ejector seat thing from the show.
Can it actually fire the figures off the ejector seat?
There's no missile for them.
Damn.
But,
damn it! I want.
But they have parachutes stored up in there, which I'm not going to take out the parachutes.
Is it like the classic army man parachute?
I'm assuming so. I'm not opening them up because
man,
I'll never get them back in.
I remember those.
But the fun part is the ejector seats have blast effects.
Oh, this thing could go.
Yep. So they can go flying out. But no, I mean, this thing was like, I said at the time, I was like, dang, that's a good deal for everything it comes with. because G.I. Joe's got good price value. I'm really happy with it. Build quality's solid. It's got
what were the tier bonuses for this set? For this,
so this one didn't reach all of its tiers, but I'll show you guys what we got. All the figures came on the vintage style cards, which I opened all of them. So you get Ace, who's like the main pilot. He was the original pack-in figure. This new guy who's named Failsafe, because he was on the artwork, but they finally made him a character, which is super cool. And then let me set this down here. And yeah, here's just one. Oh, by the way, cardboard trays with a runway design. Then we've got Scarlet in a pilot suit from the original TV show. We have Night Force Ripcord, who was a canceled figure back in the day. So they made him finally. And then because they had to boost the sales, they added Cobra stuff. So here's Cobra Commander with the incorrect logo on him from the old misprint. Here is a unique color scheme for a Cobra Trooper, which is pretty cool. And then we didn't get the G.I. Joe ground crew because it didn't make the final tier, but we did get the Cobra ground crew with his little like light sticks, which is really fun. It also comes with a fueling truck with missiles and a gas tank with like the rubber hose and all that. You get a ton of like blast effects for like missiles and stuff. That's really cool. You get 2 different colors of the tail fin, so if you want to look like the actual real life jet or the cartoon version. And then you get so many stickers that I don't even know what I want to do with these yet, because there's an absolute ton of them. So there's all that. It's wonderful.
Are they decent stickers? Because I still have war flashbacks of the Victory Leo's stickers.
Oh no, these are like actual legit, like real 80s stickers, not like Victory Leo's little paper ones. And then adding to it, the stand. The stand can hold missiles.
It's got a stand?
It's got a stand. So you got missile holders, and then you can actually, what's kind of cool is there's a screw tab system, so you can pose the ball joint like connection for it, and then you can screw it down and lock it in place, and then it doesn't move.
Well, that's neat. Like, I wish more companies do that.
Yeah, because that's what I was worried about, was the weight of this thing was going to cause it to like
Droop?
To droop. Yeah, and it doesn't, because you can actually try lining this up. Because it comes with like these spots for the fuel pods underneath, and that's what the stand connects to. But there you go. See how it's like it's at a bit of an angle, and it's not going anywhere.
3 quarter-inch figures inside the cockpit. Have you tested yet?
I haven't tested any other types of figures. I think it's only going to work really well with O-ring because they have the pegs in the back of the seats to fit into the backpack pegs of the figures. And even then, it's a little cramped because like Failsafe has to have his knees bent to get into there. And yeah, I saw Muteki T mention Victory Saber having a stand like this. I do too, because this is amazing. The Victory Saber stand is scary.
Why I like the Victory Saber stand, like, look, it really do the one pose, and that's, you can't really make it look like it's flying in or something like that.
Yeah, this one's really nice. And yeah, I mean,
what's the dimensions of it, like the width and height, width and length of it?
It's that big.
Can you measure it?
I didn't measure it.
That's what I sounded just to say. It's yay big.
It's yay big.
How big? How much bigger would cost?
How big is yay big? It's about that big.
A foot long.
Here's a Marvel Legend. If you have a 6-inch figure to a Marvel Legend, so if you have to have this fit, it'd have to be. I mean, because this is going from 3 3/4 inch to 6 1/4. It had to be double the size, at least.
It'd be like ridiculous, like size of a TV, probably.
It's like why we'll never get an X-wing for Black Series for Star Wars,
or a Blackbird for X-Men or Marvel Legends.
Oh God, Blackbird would be even bigger. Fantastic Car is more realistic than a Blackbird. But anyways,
where's my Spider Buggy?
I honestly actually have to say, out of all the Haslabs I've gotten so far, including Victory Saber, this one feels the nicest. I feel like the price I paid was too low for what this is. I think the Marvel ones felt about right price wise. The big dudes. I think Victory Saber's great, but like has some of the modern Transformer plastic thing. This is like solid.
No, yeah, you do the
plastic.
pencil test.
I can-
Pencil test.
Do I even have a pencil in here? Sure I do. Here we go. Yeah, let's do the pencil test or whatever that's worth. I don't know. It's really good plastic. This is the most substantial, and it has so many accessories, and it has 7 pack-in figures. So like, I feel like this was the most, out of every Haslab I've backed so far, this one had the most actual value to price value thing. Like, this wasn't me
How much was the his tank?
his tank was $300. This was $225, I think, which isn't that bad. Like, considering, I mean, I did the math. They sell O-ring GI Joes for $20 a piece, and you get 7 of them. So that's like half your price right there. So, anyways, I just wanted to show off my giant plane.
Anyways, so should we do some shout outs? Should we do wrap of the stream?
We should wrap from the stream. And yeah, no, anytime I can make a pencil test joke with plastic, I will. I did it in my Thundercats video. But yeah, GI Joe team nailed it with the Sky Striker. I'm sure the Hiss tank's gonna feel great too. Also they wanted to make sure the box was the same exact size. For the Sky Striker, it's the same size as the vintage box, but because the plane's bigger, they only put the main body of the plane in. The wings are in a separate tray, so that way the original box could look the same as the original box. It's really cool. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. As usual, you can find me below, on the channel, plus all the social media. We have time to plug, so Ryan, you can plug your own stuff. I don't have to do it for you.
Follow me at DarkHouse643 on YouTube and Twitter. I do art commissions, like the ones on the thumbnails of the videos. So you want me to make your own thumbnails, like the Lightning Collection rundown thumbnail? Go DM me on Twitter and we can talk about it.
And Fighter Chaos has some streaming that I'm sure he wants to tell everybody about.
Well, one for tonight and one for tomorrow.
Later tonight, Hero Club for Life. That's Hero Club, the number 4. Hero Club for Life on Twitch.tv at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be reacting to Discotheque. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, Soundout will join me on twitch.tv/FighterChaos. That's FIGHTERXAOS if you need it spelled. We'll be playing King of Fighters 15. And like I always say, you guys can ask Soundout questions. Yep. If you guys want to ask me anything, I'm allowing it because sometimes we just need something to talk about. People up because I played KOFs for 20 years and, although sometimes you do get wins, so that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's so. And,
oh my gosh, I forgot to change the thumbnail, guys.
You gotta remember the season tier list.
Yeah. Oh, it's because I saved it at the wrong size, so I did change it. I'll go fix that right now. Let's see. Yeah, so Flying Kaus on his Twitch.
WG Pill ask, are you planning on collecting Zap?
At the moment, no. I've been seeing the reviews of the Megazord and Dragonzord, and I'm not too thrilled. I own the original toys, so.
And Sly Rocker asks, will we be live tweeting the Discotheque announcements?
I will quote tweet from Discotheque's going to have a live tweet thing.
Yeah, they will. Yep.
When I'm watching it and I find stuff that I'm excited about, I'm going to quote tweet it and like hype it up so you guys will know which things I'm looking forward to. I'm going to go fix this thumbnail now. But I'll wrap up the stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Eric Craig for noticing the thumbnail because I completely didn't catch that. But go check out the Discotheque stream through Hero Club and you can get reactions there. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter and stuff for that. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next Monday. Stay tuned for videos this week for Black and Max. Sounds like a cool like buddy cop on comedy.
You gotta say Black and Max.
Black and Max. But until then, this is Soundout and everybody's saying goodbye.